I never thought I'd be telling this story to anyone. It happened last spring when I was staying at my aunt's old farmhouse out in the country. She was away for 2 weeks and asked me to look after her place and feed her cats. I said yes right away because I needed some quiet time anyway after breaking up with my girlfriend. The house sat on like 5 acres of land with woods behind it. Nothing fancy, just an old 2-story farmhouse with creaky floors and that smell old houses have. You know? Like old wood and dust. The first 3 days were actually pretty nice. I'd wake up, make coffee, feed the cats, and just chill. I even started feeling better about the breakup. Then on the 4th night, I was watching videos on my laptop when I heard this weird scratching sound coming from upstairs. At first I thought it was just one of the cats. They were always climbing around on stuff. But then I remembered I had seen both cats sleeping on the couch downstairs like 10 minutes ago. I paused my video and listened. The scratching stopped. Maybe I imagined it? I went back to watching and then it started again, but this time it sounded more like dragging. Like someone was moving something heavy across the floor. I called out, "Hello?" Which is stupid, I know. No answer. Just silence. I got up and grabbed a knife from the kitchen. My heart was beating super fast. I stood at the bottom of the stairs, listening. Nothing. After like 5 minutes, I finally worked up the courage to go upstairs. I checked all the rooms. Nothing looked different. No open windows. No signs anyone had been there. I felt kinda dumb for getting so worked up, so I went back downstairs and tried to forget about it. The next day was normal, but I kept thinking about that noise. That night, I made sure to lock all the doors and windows before going to bed early. Around 10. I was almost asleep when I heard footsteps on the front porch. It wasn't just like someone walking by. It was like someone was pacing back and forth, really slow. Back and forth, for like 20 minutes. I texted my friend Jay Brian about it, and he was like, probably just an animal. But I wasn't convinced. I grabbed the knife again and went to the window, but I couldn't see anyone. The porch light was burnt out, and it was too dark. Eventually, the footsteps stopped, and I didn't sleep at all that night. The next day, I went into town for groceries, and almost didn't come back. Something just felt wrong about the house now. But I promised my aunt I'd stay, so I did. That night around 8, I was making dinner when both cats suddenly froze, staring at the back door. Their ears went flat and they both ran under the couch. Then I heard it. Someone was definitely turning the doorknob, really slowly, like they were trying not to make noise. I grabbed my phone and the knife and hid in the pantry. The doorknob turned for like a minute, then stopped. Then I heard footsteps going around the house, checking every door and window. I was shaking so bad I almost dropped the knife. After what felt like forever, I didn't hear anything else. I waited. Another hour before coming out. The cats were still hiding. I checked all the doors, still locked. But when I went to the back door, I saw muddy fingerprints on the window next to it. That's when I noticed something on the kitchen table that made my stomach drop. My aunt had this collection of little ceramic frogs. There were always exactly 9 of them lined up on the table. Now, there were 10. The extra one was facing toward the pantry where I had been hiding. I grabbed the cats, threw my stuff in my car, and drove straight to a motel. I called my aunt and made up some excuse about a water leak. 3 days later, the local news reported that police caught some guy who had been breaking into empty houses in the area. He wouldn't just rob them though, he'd live in them for days. While the owners were away, sleeping in their beds, wearing their clothes, eating their food. They found pictures on his phone of him inside people's houses while they were sleeping. The thing that still keeps me up at night? In one of the police reports, they mentioned he would sometimes leave little ceramic animals as gifts for the homeowners. I never told my aunt the real reason I left her house. Sometimes I wonder if he had been living there even before I arrived, if he'd been watching me the whole time from somewhere inside the house, if he knew all the hiding spots better than I did. I still have nightmares about those footsteps and that extra ceramic frog.